A resident of Uralsk, Vladislav Boukreev is a double of Alexander Pushkin, and the name of the great poet was almost his own second name. By the way, Vladislav approached the poet's image from the early childhood, when instead of playing with friends, the boy liked to paint and even tried to write poetry. Some strange rhymes came to mind. I did not even know where they come from. Let's say, what is it that with me? Caprice? Playful whirling of thoughts? And maybe passions and delights. Do I depict you? I don't even understand the meaning of these words. I just wrote. Nickname Pushkin was assigned to Boukreev already in his youth, when Vladislav grew his hair, which to his surprise turned out to be wavy. After serving in the army, Vladislav Boukreev returned to his native Uralsk and began a career of a professional military. Soon Vladislav met with the director of the Uralsk Drama Theater. Assessing the image of Pushkin from Uralsk, the director immediately invited him to play the poet in one of the theater plays. I came, I was immediately brought a suit, I was glued whiskers. Everyone looked at me and said, "Pushkin alive." I was 32 years old at that time. We started rehearsing the scene of coming Pushkin in Uralsk. The poet was met by Cossacks and Kazakhs. Cossacks met by dancing and caviar, and the Kazakhs met with dombra and mare's milk.
Встречают казахи, казаки встречают, танцами, икрой, казахи встречают кумысом, домброй.
Since then, Vladislav Boukreev was invited to the celebrations of city. He became a regular television hero and the object of attention of journalists. However, the finest hour of Vladislav was involvement in doubles competition, where Pushkin from Uralsk was recognized as the best among the 2,500 participants from all over the Soviet Union. In St. Petersburg, where the competition took place, Boukreev made a serious test. Pushkin's coat was tried on and compared with the poet's death mask. The jury remained enthusiastic about the double of Pushkin.
Зашел, смотрю, жюри так, захожу, посмотрю, так, похож, да, похож. Так, а как у вас?
I go out on stage. The jury said that I looked like Pushkin and asked, "What is your height?" The answer is, "I do not know really, not high." They measured my height and said that it was identical with Pushkin's height, 167 centimeters.
Одинаковый, говорит. Значит, 1,67 м.
Tragic moments also were in life of Boukreev Pushkin, mystically associated with the poet. For example, at the age of 37 years, Vladislav Boukreev almost died from an accident. It happened in February, just before the next date of the death of Pushkin. On this day, Vladislav Boukreev almost fell from the balcony of the 5th floor. When the double of the poet came to the office, he was awaited by the next surprise.
Я пошел к начальнику штаба, говорю, товарищ полковник, говорю, разрешите обратиться. По какому случаю вы мне, говорю, запретили, говорю, вот на стрельбах стрелять? А ты что, не знаешь, что ли? Тебе сколько лет?
I went to the executive and asked, "Comrade Colonel, on what occasion you told me not to take part in the shooting?" He answers, "Don't you know you're 37 years old? At this age, Pushkin was shot. So do not come close to the shooting range, as even any stray bullet can kill you." I said, "Comrade Colonel, it is the mystic." He replied, "It may be mystic, but don't approach shooting close."
Убьет. Видишь, тебе, говорит, 37, ему было 37. Я говорю, товарищ полковник, это какая-то мистика, вы чего в самом деле, говорю? Он говорит, мистика не мистика, близко не подходи, говорит.
Uralsk is the only city in Kazakhstan which was visited by Alexander Pushkin at one time. In 2006, the Pushkin Museum was opened in the house where the poet stayed. Vladislav Boukreev is a frequent visitor to the museum. Here he is devoted a separate stand. Exactly 181 years ago, Pushkin visited the city of Uralsk in order to collect data on the peasant war under the command of Emelian Pugachev, in addition to learn people's opinion, as the poet said himself. Despite the fact that Vladislav Boukreev is already 67 years old, he still takes part in festivals and concerts dedicated to the great poet. Vladislav Vasilievich is regularly published in local newspapers. He publishes his poems and paintings.